this season's finale, who will win up to $250,000? The faithful or the traitors?
Hey guys, and welcome back. We are recapping the finale of The Traitors. Steph, give me one word to describe how you're feeling right now.
3 words, all the emotions. I'm happy, sad, shocked. I can't believe how this all panned out.
But let's start from the beginning because there's so much to talk about.
So we start with Kate making her first official choice by herself as to who to murder. And she chooses Sheree, throwing people off the scent by going after a fellow Bravo girl. But
smart move.
Little does she know that Sheree was actually on her tail.
And what I have figured out is Kate is a traitor. Let me talk about the banishment last night. Kate came in hot, and it was written all over her face. She couldn't make eye contact with Phaedra. She wouldn't look at Phaedra. She just sat there with this pouty face the entire time.
I think that really raised people's eyebrows about Kate and her motivations in the game. Why would she be so upset at someone who was just doing their job as a traitor? That's what's on Sheree's mind. That's what's on Sandra's mind. A lot of people are thinking this way. So Kate could potentially be the next to go at this point because people's eyes are on her. But luckily, Kate has been planting some seeds towards Sandra.
She's really been like a lone player the whole time.
Yes.
And she's one survivor.
Twice.
No.
Yes.
She's brilliant.
Yeah.
And lovely, but brilliant. And a game player.
People remember if you win 2 seasons of a television show and are the first person to ever do it.
Yeah.
And so people know that she has the capacity to be a good traitor, but of course she's just being a good faithful, being a smart faithful. So she's looking at Kate, and luckily Trishelle and CT are also looking at Kate, thinking that what Kate said was a little sus. And it looks like they might be able to align on this.
So all we need is 3, me, you, and Sandra to vote Kate, and then she's done. Boom. I'm glad that we are on the same page with that. I 100% agree. We have to be on the same page, though.
But this brings us into the challenge, which was so fun.
The challenge was so fun. You know, I feel like the drama doesn't really unfold in any of the challenges, which this time was okay because it was like Mission Impossible. They were running. I mean, it was totally fun. It was a great way to end the season.
But what was even more exciting was the car ride home.
Ooh, the producer that decided to put CT and Kate in a car together deserves a raise.
Are you a traitor?
Me? How dare you? That's rude. Why? I was like really proud that I came in and was able to spot the traitor so quickly. And it's a little bit annoying to me that you think that wasn't a skill. You think that was just because I knew.
The way that she had an explanation so quickly, so good.
I mean, she's pulling on lived experience because she was a faithful before. She was able to see that Dan was suspicious.
And she was a faithful season 1. We can't forget that she's played this game before. She kind of knows how it works.
Yeah, so she's able to use that to build this lie and make it seem true. And CT is buying it seems like.
I mean, they left the car ride doing a high five, handshake high five.
Yeah, and that really tells us everything we need to know.
Yeah.
But obviously CT is still weighing his options because he does tell Sandra what Kate said and that Kate and MJ are going to be voting for her.
She said that MJ and Kate are going for you.
What he tells Sandra, obviously she's going to bring this to Kate and surprise her with it and see what happens.
I was kind of surprised that she did that. Were you?
Well, I mean, it's a good opportunity to put her on the spot and see how she reacts. Well, and if she reacts poorly, then Sandra could use that information at the round table as evidence. But once again, Kate's pretty quick with it.
She's good. She's quick with her words.
Deflect, deny. She did all of it. And she also painted a target on CT, which I think is what you need to do. If you say it's not me,
you have to give an explanation as to then who it is or why it's not you.
So good on Kate for that because it does appear that Sandra is like, oh, well, maybe I should join you and we should vote for CT.
Yeah.
And then Kate brings that back to CT and CT doesn't know what to think at this point.
He's so confused. He's more confused than ever.
Everybody's telling everybody what they want to hear. I just don't see why she would want to vote for me unless she was a traitor.
He makes a decision. He makes a decision on his own, just based on that information, and brings it to the round table where all of this is going to come to a head. We start with Kate and Sandra, everyone knows what's between them, and they're each making their arguments.
Right.
Kate brings back, I love hunting traitors.
She basically did the same argument that she already did with CT.
Uh-huh.
And it's a good argument. It totally is. I'm buying it.
Absolutely. And then Sandra is bringing up her argument, just as good, but a very different strategy as to how she played the game.
It was so honest, and, you know, I think it was nice because she was saying that she was a protector of the traitors, or is that what she said? Or the traitors are protecting her.
She could sense that the traitors were on her side. They wanted to bring her to the end. And she clocked who they were and was like, I'm going to let them bring me to the end. She probably would have turned on them so that she could take the money. And I think that that would have been genius.
A smart thing to do. And I just think it was a very, you could tell that what she was saying was not deceiving, was not...
She's telling the truth.
She was telling the truth.
Sandra is known for telling it like it is. And I love that she laid out her strategy that way.
But it did not...
Right,
work.
Because of CT.
My concern is, Sandra, I do think you're a traitor.
Trichelle's face here said it all.
Said it all. I mean, come on. I agree with her. You have this kind of, not a line. I mean, yes, there was an alliance there. And they agreed that they were going to vote on Kate. And then all of a sudden, he's not voting for Kate. And she's now thinking, ooh, who is CT right now? Is he deceiving me? I feel the frustration.
Things could have played out totally differently, but he went rogue.
He went rogue. But also at the end of the day, it is a game, and you kind of have to be out for yourselves. And maybe CT was a little out for himself in that moment.
I think that Trichelle makes the smart decision to vote with the group, not expose that Kate is still on her radar, and vote for Sandra, who is leaving right at this point.
So goodbye, Sandra. I think you played a great game.
Love you, Sandra. Yeah.
Yeah, huge fan.
Oh yes, the drama isn't quite over yet.
So now we are down to the fire of truth.
The fire of truth.
Which, if you're new to the show, is this part where the last 4 people are all standing around this giant fire pit, and they all have to throw either red or green in there. Red means that they want to banish again. They think that a traitor is among them. And green means they're good to stop because they think they're all faithful.
Because remember, if there is a traitor among them, then the traitor will take all of the money. They don't split it evenly. So that's a big thing. And that's why I'm so shocked with how it went down.
Whoa. Kate, you chose to end the game.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I believe that everyone here is faithful.
It makes sense in Kate's head. Like,
totally.
If you're a traitor, you want the game to end so you can take that money. But I think that she forgot that we still don't know who killed Sheree.
As MJ said a couple of times, who killed Sheree?
The only person that's left the game since then has been Sandra, and Sandra is a confirmed faithful.
Right.
So everyone knows there must be a traitor there. So the fact that Kate says, I'm fine to stop, I think is just
a dead giveaway.
She's had to do so much mental gymnastics to keep up with these lies this episode.
Totally.
And I think it might have just slipped her mind. So it's a bummer to see her make this mistake, but you know, it's a good win for the faithfuls because they spotted it and they were able to banish her.
And they did banish her. Goodbye, Kate. Played a great game, totally. And now it's the 3 of them. And as we all know, they're all faithfuls. And I'm like, okay, great. We're done. The 3 of them are going to split this money. But surprise, surprise. I'm shocked because I'm like, okay, it's the 3 of them. Like, let's just take the money and go.
This would be a good time for them to split it 3 ways and the faithfuls like laugh their way into the sunset happily ever after. And that's what MJ wants, but that is not what Trichelle and CT want. There is still some suspicions there, they say. And who are they suspicious of? In my mind, I'm thinking it must be MJ because these 2 are so close. They have such a 20-year history.
20-year history.
This must have been their plan all along because the only people that they can trust are each other. But we learn that that's not the case.
CT.
I'm not surprised, though. I totally picked up on it. At the round table, when Trishelle made that face, she felt betrayed by CT and no longer could trust him. So then now we have MJ feeling like she just has, well, she has to vote for someone. So she votes for Trishelle. Trishelle votes for CT, and then CT votes for MJ. So it's a lovely 3-way triangle right there.
Yeah, this is CT's time to explain himself. I guess him and Trishelle haven't had that opportunity. So you're right. When you think about it, it makes sense that she is so suspicious of him because he did not tell her what he was going to do. And
then remember, the whole John thing a couple
The whole John
episodes
thing.
ago. Yeah.
So CT kind of did this to himself.
Totally.
He should have communicated more with his ally. But because of this history, he's able to explain it to her, and it makes sense to her. And now she believes that he's a faithful. She believes that MJ's a faithful, but they still have to vote someone out.
MJ. Trust is a cruel friend. I don't want you to be banished, but it was so hard for me to write his name down the first time. I couldn't do it twice.
I am so sad for MJ. I really am, because she did not deserve to go the way that she did.
It's a heartbreak for her because I don't think that there's much she could have done differently.
No.
You know, I mean, it just goes to show that at the end of this game, it's all about relationships. This is such a social game. I think that if she was here with another one of her Bravo people,
it would be a whole different enchilada.
And they would be able to, you know, maybe get out one of the challenge people.
But she didn't, and goodbye.
MJ played a great game.
She did. Good job to MJ. I love MJ.
Faithful. Faithful, 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 baby. Let's go!
I think that they knew, but it's nice to see the excitement on their face. Like, it's clear that they have this years-long relationship, and to be able to, like, celebrate in this moment together, it's
exciting. They just won. They just won the game, and $200,000 they get to split evenly amongst the two of them. Looking back at the first episode, would never have thought that it was going to be CT and Trishelle even a couple episodes ago. I don't mean to drop a conspiracy theory or stir the pot, but Stephanie, is there a small chance that maybe they just wanted to share the money amongst themselves, and they like knew they had to get rid of Sandra, Kate, and MJ, and it was a whole plan all along to kind of go against each other, and then they found each other in the end? I don't know. That's kind of what I was thinking.
In my opinion, obviously, I don't know, I was not there, but I think that it's easy for him to win that trust back because of their friendship.
And because of their history.
I think it was just a wild ride to get there, but also at the end of the game, this is when people can make those decisions to go for a little bit more money and like cut down. And if they did have any suspicions of MJ, or at least more so than each other,
this is the
when
time
it came
to
to
do
the
it.
very final decision, that would be the time to do it.
Because at the end of the day, this is a game. And there is money involved. And so, like, honestly, you gotta get the most money you can.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
It's hard to see people lose like that and love MJ to death. And
totally.
I don't think there's anything that she could have done differently.
There was nothing she could have done differently. If it was anyone else, if there was any Bravo people involved, it would have been a whole different story. But there was nothing that she could have done. And shout out to MJ for sticking true to herself and, like, being so, you know, I think she held her integrity until the end. Mm-hmm. Great season, though.
It was a fun watch, no matter, you know.
No matter what happened, it was no matter what, I would have enjoyed it because this season was so much fun. Before we let you guys go, though, you are interviewing Trishelle and CT tomorrow. So everyone leave your questions, your comments, your concerns in the comment section below.
Well, I can't wait to talk to them. And thank you so much for joining us this season. I hope we get to see you for season 3. Whenever that happens.
Season 3. I have a dream cast already in mind. So
thank you so much, guys. And see you next time.
Bye.